We on the record. Let's go. Yeah. So let me show you this. There's been some crazy news going on about DeepSeek.
Yeah.
And I'm sure everybody's been talking about it.
What is DeepSeek?
DeepSeek.
So DeepSeek is a startup in China.
This does not look good for DeepSeek.
DeepSeek versus ChatGPT.
But here's one thing that I did want to speak about was how, okay, there's been a lot of news about Nancy Pelosi. She's one of the best traders in the government in the US. And a lot of people follow her portfolio because when she invests or buys in stock, usually the stocks go up. So a homie of mine had sent me a link showing me what she got into this past quarter, which was a company called TEMM.
Okay.
So she got out of Nvidia right before DeepSeek came out.
Wow.
So when they had the tank and collapse, her money didn't feel it. Okay. Now I was smart enough. I followed suit. I got out of Nvidia and I also went over to TEM. And I can tell you, in my first 2 weeks with TEM, I have seen substantial growth.
Really?
I have seen well more than 20% worth in the last 2 weeks. Nancy Pelosi obviously has some insider information.
Yeah.
And she's able to make these educated moves. She's moving over millions of dollars, thousands of dollars.
Damn, bro.
So she's obviously well versed in something. So we came to hear this. And who is TEM? You want to know? TEM is actually one of these AI companies that's moving with pharmaceutical companies. And they are going to be able to help administer your drugs for you on time. So when you need it, you're going to get it based off of the AI reading your biometrics
Yeah.
and seeing when it is that you were prescribed to be taking those drugs. So it's going to be basically like your own personal nurse.
Okay, that's interesting.
Now that's interesting in two parts. One, because you won't be needing nurses to be at the houses of these patients anymore to be administering drugs. These drugs can be now administered by the patient himself. That cuts back on some costs. The second thing about it that's very interesting is that Trump has been saying America is going to be the forerunner for AI technology.
Yeah.
They make this announcement.
Early cancer detection, the development of a cancer vaccine for your particular cancer aimed at you, and have that vaccine available in 48 hours. This is the promise of AI and the promise of the future.
TEM, who's not known by many people.
Okay.
Very, you see how much the stock was. It was only for about $50 per share.
Yeah.
It's one of those very good, if you don't know about it already, do your research, guys. Get in early as it continues to rise, because it will be. It's involved in AI and it's involved in healthcare. You know me already. I'm always on top of all of those AI stocks because they move and they're affordable right now. Now, there's a few things here he said that I was a little bit dumbfounded about. Okay, one, he says it's going to be able to detect cancer aimed at you.
Yeah.
And you're going to be able to get these drugs within 48 hours.
It's a vaccine too to talk about.
Well, they're all vaccines,
Yeah.
right? But the main thing that I found very interesting there was the fact that he's saying it's aimed at you. Now, inside of you and inside of me, we already have cancers, right?
Yeah.
They're just not to the point where they're
not activated.
Right? They're dormant, right? Until they've been activated. There's many different reasons why they could be activated. And now it draws me to wondering, will the AIs be able to activate these, stimulate these cancers so that they can aim it at you, make sure that you're actually on board with the program,
Wow.
and then be serving you on a pharmaceutical system? Because the pharmaceutical companies, they're always trying to figure out more ways to make money.
Yep.
They're not solving problems.
No.
They're creating problems.
Yeah.
And then stating that they are trying to help us in the process, right? So that's my thing here.
Remember, there's no money in cure. That's
There's
the
no money
problem.
in curing. No.
There's no.
Once you cure them, they're cured.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why they need this type of system.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
So guys, tell me what your perspective is on this. What do you guys think?
Your thoughts. Give us your perspective, guys.